Why don't most financial planners plan finances? So, what do you call a financial planner that does not plan finances? I know that sounds funny, but it's an important topic to understand. So, in this video, you'll learn why don't most financial planners plan finances? What's Ed's team see with the public? What is a financial plan exactly? And what's difference does a financial plan make in your life? Like, really? So, now, why don't most financial planners plan finances? We went to a fascinating conference a few years ago that shows the inner workings of the financial planning industry. So, financial planning is all about selling, was what was the topic, and as the title of an article that was written by Jonathan Chevreau at the time. So, while many financial planners claim to do financial planning and provide holistic advice, very few actually provide comprehensive planning with written financial plans as taught by the CFP courses. That's what was all talked about in this seminar. So, in this conference. So, the issue is best highlighted by Alan Goldhar, who was professor of financial planning at York University and manager of the Ontario Public Trustee. So now the public trustee takes over the finances for people that are mentally unable to make financial decisions. So if you don't have the power of attorney for finances, the public trustee can take over. So now they have taken over more than 500 million in investments from 10,000 clients, most of which had a financial planner, broker, or a bank advisor of some sort. They interview the client and the family and then send in a team to obtain all the financial documents. So now the shocking fact is that of the 10,000 clients they took over, none had a financial plan, not a single one. So now Alan Goldhar also taught finance at York University, so he would know what they look like. And he says most financial planning students don't bother completing the CFP designation because, quote, the industry has jobs for salespeople, but not professional financial planners, unquote. So a lot of them just prefer to go into investments. So most advisors focus on the investments or insurance that make the money and consider financial planning to be unpaid service work. So what do you call a financial planner that does not plan finances? It's a salesperson. So now Kerry List, who's the former CEO of the Financial Planner Standard Council, now called FP Canada, said the single most common misunderstanding about financial planning is that it's all about investing. Now, what do we see about the public? So we reviewed the finances of thousands of families and found the same result. Almost none of them have a proper written financial plan prepared in Canada. Some had an investment projection with a title page that said financial plan. The people with a proper financial plan either didn't know where it is, they didn't follow it, or it's not what they want to do in their life. So now, interesting story. We wrote a financial plan for a woman that had paid for a plan twice from two different fee-for-service financial planners. Both plans were not what she wanted to do in her life. They were what I considered to be the first step in creating a financial plan. She had meetings with the financial planners for only an hour. Then 2 weeks later, the financial plan arrived and assumed her desired retirement lifestyle is the industry standard 75% of her pre-retirement income. And they showed how far short of the goal she was and listed several options she could do to get on track. However, she wanted a more comfortable retirement than that, and none of the options presented made any sense in her life. So what she needed after that was, let's take the next step. How do you get to the goal? What are the steps? Let's compromise the goal. Let's go back and forth, look at many possible scenarios until we find something that works. That's what's missing. Now, what is a financial plan? To make the issue clear, a financial plan, as defined by FP Canada, is a written document customized for you that gives you complete advice in all areas of your finances, including cash flow, so helping you understand how you spend your money, debt asset management, so structuring your debts and your assets in the most effective way, life goals, including retirement plans, so identify your financial goals in detail, and strategies to help you achieve them. This should include your desired retirement lifestyle in detail. So income tax planning, so determine the most effective strategies to minimize your tax over your lifetime. Estate planning, so determining the most effective way to transfer your assets to your beneficiaries. Risk management, determine your needs for insurance and which type is the cheapest and most effective for you. Investment management, so recommending the strategies and investments appropriate for your plan and keeping you focused on your goals. This should be both within your risk tolerance and with enough growth potential to achieve your life goals. So in short, it's the GPS to the life you want that allows you to make your life decisions with your overall plan in mind instead of making each decision on its own. A financial plan is not an investment projection, a questionnaire, a goal based on a rule of thumb, or a document with nice graphs printed out in 30 minutes or less. So, what difference does a financial plan make in your life? From experience, we found that the benefits of having and following a financial plan are far more significant than people realize, and far more significant than, investment A versus investment B. For example, the main reason most Canadians will retire at a much lower standard of living than they want is because they never clearly defined in detail the retirement lifestyle they want, or figured out how much they need to invest to get there, or what kind of strategies or investments they need to do to reach their goal. So just keeping you focused on your goals alone can be the most obvious benefit of a plan. Anyone who lost focus and sold investments when their investments were down has wiped out years of gains. So your financial plan can keep you focused throughout your life. We find that most of our clients make major changes to their finances once they have their financial plan. They realized they were not on track for the life they want, or they realized they could have more than they had previously thought. They changed how they managed their finances, how much they saved, the types of investments, and often even the financial strategies that they do. So having a financial plan gave them peace of mind that they're on track for the life they want, confidence that their finances are managed well and they're doing all the right things, and freedom to not worry about money and be able to focus on their life. Having versus not having your financial plan is like the difference between driving in a new area with or without a GPS. As the saying goes, you did not plan to fail, you just failed to plan. Okay, thanks for listening. So what you learned is, why don't most financial planners plan finances? What does Ed's team see with the public? What is a financial plan? And what difference does a financial plan make in your life? So my name again is Ed Rempel. My blog is Unconventional Wisdom. It's the #1 blog in Canada for a full-service financial planner. It's just edrempel.com or unconventionalwisdom.ca. If you go to Unconventional Wisdom, it's .ca because we're in Canada. If you're interested in a free 30-minute consultation to see whether it makes sense for us to work together, just go to edrempel.com/talk. If you subscribe to my blog, podcast, and YouTube, all that means is you get my weekly updates once a week with my new insights. We don't market it in any other way. My podcast is edrempel.com/listen, and YouTube is edrempel.com/watch. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.